Hey, how you all doing? Good night, you all, or good day, rather, which part of the world you are. I just want to touch base with you all. I know the Governor Cuomo situation is a bit old. It's a old school news, knowing how the news cycle change and the world of politics change every second. But I just want to touch base or touch on the matter. I was trying to stay away from it, but this is just my personal opinion. And make a disclaimer. I've never met Governor Cuomo, and I don't know the man from nowhere. I just see him as a politician that is straightforward and he is very rational in his thinking. And he make politics even easy for a political junkie like myself. And as you know, my channel is all about politics and current affair issues. And Governor Cuomo and Chris Cuomo just forward thinking and they make politics easy. Nevertheless, or with that being said, the whole situation with these women who came out and said Governor Cuomo assault them and grope them and whatever. I just want to say, sorry, I don't believe it. And listen to me. Hold on to your Twitter account and hold on to your Twitter finger before you attack me. Most of you are living in your mama basement. Hold on and listen to what I have to say. And if you don't agree with what I have to say, kudos to you. For the life of me, I cannot understand these women with all these Me Too movement. Is the Me Too movement is a good thing? Yes, I am all for it. I agree with it 100%. But we hear a situation with the Me Too movement. Women who accuse men of doing wrongful things to them and we find out or it's questionable and we have to look on those female with one of our eyes closed and the next one open because it's just somewhat unrealistic to believe it. But in the case of Governor Cuomo, I just want to touch on this particular issue. I'm not going to get into politics, although I think politics have a lot to do with it. But I just want to touch on this particular issue, which is these 11 women who came out and said he grouped them. And make it clear, was Governor Cuomo wrong for having an inappropriate relationship with a 20-year-old? Yes, he did. Was he wrong to ask a 20-year-old female, would she be in a relationship with a 60-year-old man? Yes, he was. Was he wrong to grope them? Yes, he was. But I just want to say something and listen to me carefully. This relationship that Governor Cuomo had with these young ladies, it was an office flirtation relationship where they see themselves as his office playgirl bunny. And I'm going to say it, and I know a lot of people are going to look at me and say, oh, can you say that? You have sister, you have. Yes, I do. There is one situation, one of the lady, I don't remember which one in particular, who said that he forced her to take a selfie. And to my knowledge, if somebody forced you to take a selfie and you send that picture to your best friend, the young lady sent the picture after she took the picture to her best friend, and then her best friend replied and said to her, I'm so jealous of you. And she who sent the picture replied back to her best friend or her friend whatsoever and said, laugh out loud emoji. Let us all think about this. If I'm just going by her logic, and listen to me carefully, I'm going by her logic. If somebody force you to take an inappropriate picture The governor forced you to take an inappropriate picture with him. I would think her best option is to, when she texts her friend that picture and her friend said to her, I'm jealous of you, I would think in replying back to, I'm so jealous of you, she would say to her friend, no, I wasn't pleased with the picture that I just took because the governor forced me to take the picture. And while he forced me to, not only that he forced me to take the picture, he also grew me as well. And the list goes on and on. So I am saying this. Governor Cuomo had an inappropriate relationship, a consent inappropriate relationship with all of these females. And all of them know the place. They had a flirtatious relationship with all of them. And this is where the Me Too movement, women like these, is taking away real issue that happened to Secretary. For example, situation happened to Secretary Kim, for example, who is sitting down at her desk so innocently, typing a letter for her boss, and her boss come over and just start to group her or start to kiss her and start to put his hand in her private area. That is a situation that must be a part of the Me Too movement. Not a situation where you having a flirtatious relationship and then because you might not get something from the individual, from the gentleman at a particular time, you want to hold that against him and say, oh, he did this to me 4 or 5 years ago when you were all on board for it. And I think that is what happened in this Governor Cuomo situation. And now I saw, and this is why I wanted to talk about it. And I could be wrong. I'm not, this is just my opinion. And I think this is just my opinion and what I think. Where they're thinking about charging him with a misdemeanor. And by them charging him with a misdemeanor, you know, there's no way, shape or form, he can go near politics again. He can run for Congress. He can forget about running for governor in 2024. And he can forget about even running for state senator. And he totally. So all of you who had your pot on fire thinking that Governor Cuomo was going to run sometime for president of the United States, you can forget about that. Because now he's charged with a misdemeanor, and that's where they're saying that it's a possibility that he may be even get arrested. And this is what I'm saying. It is, to me, I think that is even crazy. Arrest him for what? You want to bring charge against him because he had an inappropriate relationship, and just because somebody said that he groped them? So I'm just saying my 2 cents. And this is just my personal opinion, which I'm entitled to. I just sharing it with you all. You don't have to agree with me, but we can have a reasonable logistic dialogue in the chat. And please like and share. That is just all I have to say with this case. And remember, the Me Too movement is not a way of punishing man. It's not a way of punishing your boss. It's not a way of getting in a office relationship, and because it goes sour, or getting in an office romance, or getting in an office flirtatious thing, and just because it goes sour, you decide that you want to one up your male counterpart. It doesn't work like that. And it begs you to it make you wonder, is it that I'm working in an office with a female and she wear a nice dress come to work and you want to compliment her? How do you go about it? And I think this is where sometimes you start to wonder. With every good come bad, and don't get me wrong again, the Me Too movement is a good thing out there. It is a good thing, and it give women an avenue where they can share stuff that happened to them. But there are times you hear of situation and it just make you close one eye and you look into the next eye and you're like, this doesn't make sense to me. So that's all I have to say with the Governor Cuomo situation. Sorry, young ladies. I know you all could be my sister, my niece, or even my mother. But I'm just saying to you, I, for one, don't believe it. I think that you all and the governor were in an inappropriate relationship, flirtatious relationship. That's what I think. And based on what I have read thus far and the news that I have seen, that's just my thinking in this situation. So thank you very much. Like and share. See you on the next video.